Welcome to Tech Talk Thursday, Season 5, Episode 6. Today, we feature the final chapter in the 4-part series on Dr Koh and the company he founded, Koh Young. The title of today's episode is The Present and the Future of Koh Young. So let's turn our attention to some of the newer developments coming out of Koh Young. Can you tell us a little bit about some of your other new product series, like the Neptune, for example? What sort of new areas are coming out in inspection technology from your stable?
As you mentioned, actually, you see, the situation is like this. In order to keep our promises to the market, so in order to complete the AOI system development, we had to invest a lot into optical system design and motion vision technology, AI technology, something like that. So our cost structure became very heavy. So we sacrificed kind of profitability of the system to actually realize the real, true trustworthy AOI system development, and to provide kind of industry, longing for kind of process optimization solution. We had to invest a lot. So our cost structure went up. It became indispensable for us to expand our business domain. Okay, so that you see, we make a lot of R&D investments. Still, in order to maintain still reasonable profitability, we need to expand our business domain. So increase our turnover. Okay, then that was our intention. Okay, then customers will be happy, and shareholders will be happy in the same time. I'm getting some pressure from shareholders about profitability. So I asked them, hey, give me 1 or 2 more years. Then we'll return to the much higher profitability. Don't worry about that, something like that. So we expanded our apply the same technology, but we need a new market, right? So we developed a kind of semiconductor packaging inspection system, very special. And it's recently, packaging have been done on wafers themselves. So the wafers have mirror surface types of optical characteristics, and they put passive chips, condensers and capacitors and resistors on the wafers, and they have random reflection characteristics. So optically exactly opposite, but we are supposed to measure in the same time, both of them. Without those capability, it won't be working. So we had to invent something. And so we invented a new optical system, but the rest of the technology, software, motion vision, all same. Mechanical system, all same. We just reinvented the optical head, replaced the optical head, then it became newest packaging inspection system.
Okay. So it can deal with all these shiny devices and things reflections that you get off of the wafers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we are we are now pioneering, packaging market.
Mhm.
And next step, the conformal coating, engineers
Mhm.
have been asking kind of same types of 3D-fied, conformal coating inspection system. Sometimes the EMS company sometimes got requests from their customers to measure the thickness of a coating on the leads or something like that.
Yes.
And they didn't have any solution. So they visited us and they asked us to do. So, we follow customers. That's slogan of Koh Young Technology. So we followed their request and we found a good technology to realize those targets. And we applied it. Actually, this technology was developed for medical purpose, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we applied the technology we developed for a medical business,
Mhm.
and it was working great. So actually, so Neptune can measure not only conformal coating, but also any transparent material. Okay, surface geometry and bottom geometry.
And you
So
can measure it anywhere on the board.
yes.
Yeah.
So we started selling this Neptune series back last year,
Mhm.
September or something, right?
Mhm.
We around September last year we introduced this to the customers, and then the feedback has been great.
Mhm.
And first quarter, we already sold as much as we sold whole last year,
Wow.
something like that. One
Wow.
quarter.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
thank
good.
you. So that much successful.
Right.
So as I mentioned, I think we'd like to be technology leader in providing smart factory solution.
Right.
And whenever a customer needs kind of process measure and inspection system,
Mhm.
then Koh Young will be there.
Okay.
So we need to expand our business domain, and so that's why we started the new businesses. So these two are typical example of our business expansion efforts.
One of the things that a lot of, or quite a few inspection companies have is they have they have an X-ray component so that they can look under bottom terminated devices and BGAs and this type of thing. Do you think that that's something that needs to become part of your portfolio as well going forward?
Oh, well, you see, we follow customers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we are dealing with, more than 3,200, electronic manufacturers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And many of our customers have been asking us to, hey, Koh Young, why don't you deliver a kind of X-ray system too? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, you see, the X-ray players, X-ray system market have been there for more than 20 years, 30 years, or something.
True.
30 years, something like that, right?
Becoming
Right?
quite a commoditized market, yeah.
Oh, so that's why we have been wondering if we need to do it or something like that. And so our conclusion, if we if we find kind of additional values from Koh Young X-ray system, then we may get into. But however, we don't have any idea. I mean, from the existing players,
right?
It's not worse, right?
Right.
It's not worse, even for customers. It's not worse for Koh Young itself, and it's not worse for customers, and it's not worse for industry itself, right? So when he find kind of discriminating technology about the X-ray system, then we'll stop. But not yet.
Okay.
we haven't been able to find.
Sense.
Actually, we have been trying to do it, find it. So we have a special team to develop kind of a new types of X-ray source itself.
Right.
But it's very difficult. And it's not easy at all. So we haven't been able to reach it to the conclusion. That's frankly speaking. We are.
We'll keep our eye on. Yeah, we'll keep our eye on that space. But I fully understand that until you have some special technology that is worth bringing to the market, there's no point to be there. So let's move on. I mean, what do you think are the biggest challenges that our industry is going to face over the next 5 to 10 years in terms of manufacturing?
You see, recently we have been observing kind of a real happening of a convergence between SMT technology and semiconductor backend technology, packaging technology. They are converging. So I think it'll bring about all the SMT equipment players to prepare themselves with new solutions. So we are now really in the transitional period from traditional technology to new technology. And there are coming even very new technology in the semiconductor back-end process. So I think we are supposed to invest into R&D a lot again to prepare ourselves with the new request from our customer groups. So you know what? The PCBs, SMT PCBs, but there are many dies on them. Jesus Christ! We have never seen kind of those bare dies on the PCBs, right? It's appeared only on the packaging process only, right? OSAT customers or something like that. But cellophone PCBs dies, and
do you see a lot of SMT companies bringing in more clean rooms actually into the SMT factory?
Well, not that much, but definitely the required clean room degree must be higher, and you see the mounters are supposed to place their dies, and printers dies underneath dies. There is a very much smaller bumps, so printers are supposed to deal with much smaller aperture size, something like that. So It's it was a hard job, even for Koh Young to prepare ourselves with new solution for this kind of specific situations.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's moving to that sub 5 micron space, and it's getting very, very small, not just to place these dyes accurately, and even for inspection, it's a challenge.
And you see the what is it? The semiconductor industry has been moving very fastly, right? They are what is it, producing in what is it, 7 nano process, and they are now moving into 5 nano, and they are targeting to 3 nano or something like that.
Right.
That means, you see, that means dyes will become smaller and smaller, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's definitely transitional period. So we need to what is it? We need a more accurate measurement-based inspection system, even in SPI and AY, and semiconductor. Obvious, something like that.
Absolutely.
And the customers will ask us to deliver a smart factory solution step by step. And without it, I think we won't be able to, dominate the market at all. So we need to prepare ourselves with, smart factory solution in any way.
Yeah.
So it's quite situation becomes quite demanding for equipment manufacturers. It asks us to invest a lot more than before, right?
Yeah.
So it's
a demanding industry. Yeah.
Yes. So we have opportunity in the same time.
Of course.
So yeah, market SMT market, I think, has been growing faster than we expected.
Yes.
So
yes. Well, I mean, it continues to grow, even though we've had all these.
I think so.
Yeah. Even though we've had all these world shocks recently, the US-China trade war, the pandemic, the conflict in Ukraine and Russia. All these shocks to the system have still continued to let electronics grow. In fact, I had an interview with a gentleman from Siemens recently who told us on the design intent side, they've seen a rise in the last year of 227% of people with design intent to introduce a new product. So that just means more growth, more demand. The demand is growing all the time. So how do you think, with the pandemic and all these challenges that have been facing business, how is Koh Young adapting to that? How do you see that affecting you?
A lot of what is it? Screen meeting, something like this. we are having meeting, right? We are holding meeting, something like this inside the company. Even inside the company, we are doing this way, doing business this way, and so the marketing and sales activities, have been based on webinar or something like that, online. So we had to the JD and Regina, have to develop their own, methodology for remote marketing and remote sales. Yes. And service, especially service, we couldn't travel overseas. So in terms of service, I think we have, what is it? We trained local engineers and let local engineers take care of their own customers, something like that. So headquarter engineers don't have to travel anymore. Okay. So that's a good thing. We can reduce travel expenses a lot.
Yeah, that's true. So you're training the local engineers over
Yes,
Zoom calls and
yes,
things like this on how to calibrate the systems and how to do
yes.
the work in the field.
So
Yeah.
exhibition shows
Mhm.
used to be prepared by headquarter marketing team, but now from 2 years ago, we let local office take care of their own exhibition
Right.
shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
We provide financial aids only. So what is it? Labor efforts, local office, something like that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Now it makes
So we
total
changed
sense.
a lot, and bad aspects and good aspects, they exist in the same time.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's been an amazing 20 years, and I have to say congratulations and happy birthday on your 20-year anniversary. And I hope that the next 20 years are going to be equally as exciting for you. And we look forward to watching the growth from Koh Young. But Dr. Koh,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming in and joining us today. Thank you.
Koh Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionize the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Koh Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.